Well, I think authenticity is a critical attribute in anyone who has a caring stance to the world. Authenticity isn't just a tool. It's not just something you learn. It is one's whole worldview, that we approach the world authentically, or do we numb out whole parts of ourselves so we don't take in the pain of the world? How do we look at real presence within our own physical context? In a world that has so much stimuli, we are more prone to numb out and pull back than to push forward into authenticity. Especially people who are dealing with compassionate care. The whole thing of compassion fatigue can set in, or the not being present because the pain of the moment. So all those things are an essential dynamic to figure out in our own life. The myth is that sometimes if we're good enough we can fake it, or that we adapt a professional posture, that we don't have to really care. We can go into a persona of something that really isn't us, but it gets us through the day. My example for looking at authenticity is you go to a store that sells fake flowers, like Walmart or a hobby store, and you look at all these fake things, and from a distance they look okay. From a distance they could be passable. But as you get closer, you begin to see how they are constructed, and how they're very tawdry, and how they really aren't substantial. If on the other hand, you look at a real flower, you see it first of all as being fragile, as being incredibly complex, and the closer you look at it, the more the intensity of its own beauty increases. Say for instance in a coneflower, you deal with the whole spiral pattern of the seeds, which is the Fibonacci sequence. So the mystery increases. It can stand the scrutiny, and it only increases in beauty. Where the inauthentic, the closer you look, the less it is convincing.
If we're really dealing with authenticity, it's more than just the physical. There's this other difficult to define process that really makes us who we are.
Yes.
How can we use our presence to really encourage that to flow freely?
I think we can develop presence when we see what we are doing is participating in great mystery. It's different than going to a car mechanic or someone who just fixes something. When you're dealing with the unfolding of human life, it is all shrouded in mystery. And when a human being is challenged by disease, that makes the mystery even more intense. So my starting motto is, you can't give what you haven't got. You can't fake presence. But the other part of that is, you have to believe that what you have is enough if you put it out there. So I think there is this whole struggle within a person who is a healthcare provider of trusting in their own presence as being as much as a restorative element as any treatment that can happen.